very famous story is a parable, and a parable is kind of a puzzle. So think about this story, which you've probably heard before, as being a puzzle about forgiveness. So here's the story. Once upon a time, there was a wealthy farmer who lived prosperously with his 2 sons. But as is sometimes the case in families, one of the sons, the older son, was hard-working and diligent, and he did everything his best to help his father out on the farm. But the younger son thought that maybe his father's money and comfortable lifestyle was just kind of there for him to enjoy. And so he was quite a bit more relaxed, shall we say. Not so eager to work, more eager to just have a good time. He was in fact so eager to just have a good time that one day he went to his father and he said, "Dad, you know, one day all of this is going to belong to my brother and me, but I'm ready to go out and make my way in the world now. And so I think that rather than waiting until you kick off, you should share your estate with my brother and me now, and then I can have a stake to get me started in life." The father wasn't so sure, but he said, "All right." And so he gave his younger son a considerable sum of money to go out and get started in life. And so the son went out to the big city, and his start in life was really pretty much a start in partying. Drinking and gambling and buying fancy clothes and having the kinds of friends who are more interested in the kind of stuff that you have than the kind of person you are. And as happens with those kinds of lifestyles, before very long the money ran out. And because this younger son had not worked so hard the rest of his life, he didn't really have a lot of skills to fall back on in terms of jobs. And finally, in desperation, the only job he could find that he was qualified for was taking care of pigs. And so, lacking any place better to live and lacking any money, he lived in the pig pen with the pigs, eating whatever of the pig food he could get from the pigs. It was dirty, and it was really, really smelly, and it was pretty much an altogether nasty, miserable existence. And he would think back in sorrow on the life that he used to lead back with his father and his brother on their lovely farm and his lovely clean bed. And one day, there in with the itchy, stinky pigs, it occurred to him that if he were going to take care of pigs, he would be better off doing it back at his father's farm rather than this nasty place that he landed. And so he got up and he started walking back home. Well, you can imagine what he looked like when he got there, covered in slops and pig poop. His father opened the door on his smelly, bedraggled, miserable son. The son who had left him, deserted him, spent all of his money carelessly and recklessly. And the father said, "You're home! You're back! I'm so happy to see you!" And he called to the older brother, "Go and kill the cow that we've been raising for market. We're going to have a huge barbecue. Tell everyone in the neighborhood my son is home. He's returned to me. I'm so thrilled. Celebrate, everyone, celebrate." Well, maybe not too surprisingly, the older brother, who always did as his father said, stomped off to do as he was told, but he wasn't any too happy. And finally, the father noticed that he was looking extremely grumpy, and he said, "Well, what's wrong? Aren't you happy your brother's back?" "Well," he said, "you never had a huge barbecue for me. I've been here helping you all the time. I've supported you in everything. I've been your mainstay and your comfort and your companion. And my wasteful brother, who has ruined everything, comes back home, and here you're so thrilled for him. What about me?" Said the father, "Everything I have is yours. Everything I am is yours. You know that. But this is your brother. He's back. What's to forgive? He's ours too." Well, that's where the story ends. But you kind of wonder, did the older brother ever forgive the younger brother? Did he ever forgive his father? What about the younger brother? Did he ever forgive himself? What did it take to forgive himself? How did they move forward? We don't know. It's a parable, a puzzle. What do you think?